I thought I would read some poems from a new treasury of children's poetry. We used to read this when your mom or dad were little. Hoppity by A. Milne. Christopher Robin goes hoppity hoppity, hoppity hoppity hop. Whenever I tell him politely to stop it, he says he can't possibly stop. If he stopped hopping, he couldn't go anywhere. Poor little Christopher couldn't go anywhere. That's why he always goes hoppity hoppity, hoppity hoppity hop. The Little Turtle by Lindsey. There was a little turtle, he lived in a box. He swam in a puddle, he climbed on the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito, he snapped at a flea, he snapped at a minnow, and he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito, he caught the flea, he caught the minnow, but he didn't catch me. Mud by Polly Chase Boyden. Mud is very nice to feel all squishy squashed between the toes. I'd rather wade in wiggly mud than smell a yellow rose. Nobody else but the rose bush knows how nice mud feels between the toes. I see the moon sees me. God bless the moon, and God bless me. Song of the Train by David McCord. Clickety-clack, wheels on the track. This is the way they begin the attack. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clackety, clickety-clack. Clickety-clack, over the crack. Faster and faster the song of the track. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clackety, clackety-clack. Riding in front, riding in back, everyone hears the song of the track. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clickety, clackety-clack. This is another one by Eugene Field, the same one that wrote The Gingham Dog and the Calico Cat. Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod one night sailed off in a wooden shoe, sailed on a river of crystal light into a sea of dew. "Where are you going, and what do you wish?" the old moon asked the three. "We have come to fish for the herring fish that live in this beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we," said Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. The old moon laughed and sang a song as they rocked in the wooden shoe, and the wind that sped them all night long ruffled the waves of dew. The little stars were the herring fish that lived in that beautiful sea. "Now cast your nets wherever you wish, never afeard are we." So cried the stars to the fishermen three, Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. All night long their nets they threw to the stars in the twinkling foam. Then down from the skies came the wooden shoe, bringing the fishermen home. 'Twas all so pretty a sail it seemed, as if it could not be, and some folk thought 'twas a dream they dreamed, of sailing that beautiful sea. But I shall name you the fishermen three, Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. Winkin and Blinkin are two little eyes, and Nod is a little head, and the wooden shoe that sailed the skies is a wee one's trundle bed. So shut your eyes while mother sings of wonderful sights that be, and you shall see the beautiful things as you rock in the misty sea, where the old shoe rocked the fishermen three, Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. When Father Carves the Duck by E.V. Wright. I don't know if you can see that picture there. We all look on with anxious eyes when Father carves the duck, and Mother almost always sighs when Father carves the duck. Then all of us prepare to rise and hold our bibs before our eyes and be prepared for some surprise when Father carves the duck. He braces up and grabs a fork whene'er he carves the duck and won't allow a soul to talk. The fork is jabbed until he's carved the duck. The fork is jabbed into the sides, across the breast the knife he slides, while every careful person hides from flying chips of duck. The platter's always sure to slip when Father carves a duck, and how it makes the dishes skip. Potatoes fly amuck. The squash and cabbage leap in space. We get some gravy on our face, and Father mutters Hindu grace whene'er he carves a duck. We then have learned to walk around the dining room and pluck from off the window sills and walls our share of Father's duck, while Father growls and blows and jaws and swears the knife was full of flaws, and Mother laughs at him because he couldn't carve a duck. Mice by Rose Fileman. I think mice are rather nice. Their tails are long, their faces small. They haven't any chins at all. Their ears are pink, their teeth are white. They run about the house at night. They nibble things they shouldn't touch, and no one seems to like them much. But I think mice are nice. That isn't really true. I don't like mice either. Dinosaurs do not count because they are all dead. None of us saw them. Dogs don't even know that they were there, but they still walk about heavily in everybody's head. Bad and good. Do you know what is bad? I'll tell you what's bad. To sprinkle ketchup on your dad, especially when he's mad. Do you know what's good? I'll tell you what is good. To keep your foot out of your food when your mommy says you should. Soft-boiled egg. I do not like the way you slide. I do not like your soft inside, and I do not like your lots of ways. And I could do for many days without eggs by Russell Hoban. Hippopotamus by Joanna Cole. See the handsome hippopotamus waiting on the river bottomus. He goes everywhere he wishes in pursuit of little fishes, cooks them in his cooking potamus. My, fish say, he eats a lot of us. The purple cow. I never saw a purple cow. I never hope to see one, but I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one. As I was standing in the street, as quiet as could be, a great, big, ugly man came up and tied his horse to me. Once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephone. No, I mean an elephone who tried to use the telephone. Dear me, I am not certain quite that even now I've got it right. Howe'er it was, he got his trunk entangled in the telefunk. The more he tried to get it free, the louder buzzed the telefree. I fear I'd better drop the song of Elephop and telephone. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? The Owl and the Pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are, you are, what a beautiful pussy you are. Pussy said to the owl, you elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married. Too long we have tarried, but what shall we do for a ring? They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong trees grow. And there in the wood a piggy-wig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose. Dear pig, are you willing to sell for a shilling your ring? Said the piggy. I will. So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon, and hand in hand on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon.